Oh, hi! Welcome to The Legend of Taylor, a Dungeons & Dragons actual play podcast based on the music, memes, and lore of Taylor Swift. We welcome all listeners, so whether you're brand new to D&D, brand new to Taylor Swift, or experts at both, we're excited you're here. And now to meet our players and characters, my name is Casey. I'm playing Saracen, a half-elf warlock. The character is inspired by Don't Blame Me, and his pronouns are he, him.
I am Daphne Miles. I play James Stormfury, who is a Mark of the Shadow elf wizard. Her pronouns are she, her, and she is based on the song Mad Woman.
My name is Ray Utarnachet. I'm playing Reading, a forest gnome barbarian, who's inspired by the song Change from Fearless. Reading is gender fluid, and today their pronouns are they, them.
My name is Lauren Muir, and I play Ricky, a tiefling ranger and warlock based on the song My Tears Ricochet. Ricky's pronouns are she, her.
My name is Lindsay Allen, and I will be your dungeon master. Let's get into the game. So the last time we played, you all finally left the party. You made your way to a tavern/inn where you rented the last room in the whole joint. You had a nice meal. You had a conversation about some stuff that maybe didn't come up before, such as Reading's vision that he alone had, but somehow thought other people had and just weren't talking about it. Saracen and Ricky had a contentious conversation about sharing a patron. Saracen maybe is not doing as well as he said he was. You all then went to your room to find that it was both small and only had one tiny bed in it. You spent the night, you leveled up. Through the night, Ricky learned some magic.
I did.
She woke up suddenly knowing, thanks to Akalari teaching her how to be a warlock. You then found a shop near the ports. You did some shopping. You got some hide armor for Reading. You got some healing kits. You learned about an odd feud between the two shopkeeps in the area. And then you went to the docks to try and find a captain who is also a legitimate businessman. And you negotiated with him to take you to Harkness on his ship. In exchange for that, you were paying him 100 gold pieces and a favor as yet to be named from him. And when last we left, you all had entered the ship. So we're going to start off. It is nighttime, and the ship is starting to sail out into the ocean for the next 5 days. And you have 5 days, so now I'm going to ask you, what are you doing with your downtime while you're on this boat?
James wants to read that obsessive journal from the Changeling because she wants information on her wife. She wants to know why and when and how she became obsessed with James. And also if there's anything in there that will help them find Betty, if that will help them know what to do when they're in Harkness.
The trick of the journal is that it's written in a code for Diamond Sky.
Right.
So it's not something that James knows. That's why Ricky was able to read it and not James.
Gotcha.
I can read it to you.
Yes, great. That was going to be my next good. Like that's what James wants.
Right.
So yes,
He reads to all of us. Story time.
Story time on the boat.
I'll read
She's
to everybody.
making it up. She can't read. She's looking at the symbols. She's making this up.
Once upon a time.
Actually,
Oh.
Can anyone confirm that she's reading this and not making it up?
I will read it aloud to everybody. I would say maybe in exchange, you guys could try to teach me how to use my other magic.
Totally.
Like maybe see if there's a way for me to learn how to access it as opposed to in a purely reactive moment. And that can be as successful as the DM wants it to be, but it seems like a thing she might ask.
Ricky, you're reading the book out loud, and James, you are helping her to learn her magic more. I won't make you roll for the book, but basically you're going to learn that Inez watched you from the beginning, like for years. She watched you probably for a year before she grabbed you.
Whoa.
And you're going to learn that when you were held in captivity, she talked to you a lot.
Okay.
She didn't record like what those conversations were, but her interest in you went from just another mark to this one's interesting, to this one's special, to this one's mine.
Glad I killed her.
And everything she did after that was she started panicking that you would not think well of her if you knew. And so everything after that was to make it so that you would think well of her.
I feel creepy reading this out loud.
Yeah, it's really creepy. Yeah.
What a fun story time.
I know. Is there anything in there of like, was she the one who helped me escape?
There's not anything in there about that
Okay.
specifically. but there's also gaps in that time frame
Okay.
in the journal that it looks like a conscious choice that the journal was not filled out.
Interesting. Is there anything in there about Betty?
You had already asked this, I believe, the first
Okay.
time. It was just, package acquired.
Okay. Creepy.
Yeah. Should be creepy. Why don't you both roll me performance checks? Because you're teaching, which is a bit of a performance, and you're learning, which is also a bit of a performance.
Ooh, Ricky rolled a 22.
James rolled a 6.
So look, like you're reading out loud to everybody and everyone's getting more and more creeped out. And James is like, okay, I guess it's time to teach you how to cast a spell or whatever. And she is so distracted. However, if there's one thing about Ricky, she's a good learner. She was good at school. She knows how to learn stuff. So you pick it up. Plus the magic itself is innate in you. So once she just gives you the basics, like, well, you just reach for magic, whatever, and you focus and you say these words and you say whatever. And you're like, oh yeah, I got it. So you learn, not necessarily because the teacher's good, but you still learn.
I figure it out.
You still figure it out, but...
I'm
Intuition.
such a good teacher.
All right. Reading and Saracen, what are you guys doing in your downtime?
Is it nighttime?
Well, it's 4 days.
It's 4 days.
4 days.
So it's like, what are you kind of doing?
How big is this boat?
4-ish days.
Can we go on a stroll?
There's a deck. You can walk around. It's not huge. So you're making some tight laps there, but you can definitely walk around there.
Want to walk around?
On a promenade.
I'll walk around with reading
like for 4 days straight.
For an hour.
for an hour, yeah.
Okay.
Saracen is also, I think very quickly, day one for sure, is going to go into the horn to try to talk to Akalari if she's there.
Oh.
He's going to leave a note if she's not.
She's not there.
She's
so
not
you would
there.
have to
Yeah, I
leave
thought so. The note will say, hey, we should talk. Ricky seems kind of freaked out that we're like sharing you as a patron, and I just want to know what to be able to tell her. And so that would be best if we could talk as soon as possible, and I hope you're well. We're on our way to Harkness, to the holiday house, and they won't give me any charms. Okay, what are you doing?
WYD.
Yeah.
You up?
He'll draw the heart with lipstick on a napkin because he's done that before, and why not?
This is once again
It's
the
just-
longest
Yeah,
letter.
exactly. To flip it over,
Right.
a smaller heart than usual. I don't know if she's gonna notice, but he's gonna do it. There's a lot happening. So that note is day one. In the meantime, he would also like to just keep an eye on Ricky, wondering why is Saracen not enough. Is what he- yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I'm proud of you for the growth of the smaller heart, but now I'm just sad.
Yeah, that's this guy.
That's this guy. So, if you
probably-
leave that the first day, probably. If you go into your horn the second day, she is there.
Whoa.
She's mixing drinks already. It's like, oh my gosh, you're here. I got your note, darling.
Yeah.
What's wrong? You seem upset. Are they being
No,
mean to you again?
she's upset. Ricky's upset.
Ricky's upset?
I don't know. Probably.
Oh, why do you think she's upset?
Well, think about it from her perspective. You know, she's like, she was probably all excited to have a patron so beautiful and amazing, all, and she thought that was like a special thing between you and her. I assume she thought that. And then now she's probably like, oh, but what's Saracen? Why is he part of it? You probably thought like this would be just an exclusive thing, especially after the wedding.
The wedding?
Because we all were hanging out and we at the
Engagement party?
yeah.
Oh, you think we were hanging out at the engagement party?
Well, undercover, but I don't know what she's thinking. I know it's deranged.
Okay. She's like, I see what's happening here. I completely understand. And she'll like put down the drinks that she was making. She'll go to you and she'll put like both of her hands on your cheeks. And she'll be like, darling, what we have is so very different and unique from what me and Ricky have. There's nothing you need to be concerned about here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay. I'll talk to her too.
Okay. Does she have a horn?
She does not have a horn. She requires different advantages than what you would require. You need a place to rest, away from people, where you can be fully yourself and not have to be concerned about people judging you, not be concerned about what they might say or their rude remarks. You need that. Ricky doesn't necessarily need that. She needs something else.
What does Ricky need?
That's between me and Ricky. That's our relationship.
Did she ask you to keep it secret?
No, she doesn't need to. I wouldn't share what you and I have with Ricky. I wouldn't tell her about everything that you and I have together.
Are there others?
Darling. And she kind of like sighs a little bit.
Oh, no.
She's like, you know I have a lot of important work to do, right?
What do you mean important work?
I mean important work for me to do that involves having to interface with many, many people in many different ways. And you know this.
But do you interface with other people like we interface?
Everything I have with you is unique and in its own way. There's no relationship quite like it. You don't have to worry about that, okay? I can tell that you're stressed, and you don't need to be. We have each other.
I've been trying to get the charms, and I just feel like I let you down there, too.
You didn't let me down. We just came about them a different way.
Do you still need those?
Not currently.
What are they?
They're charms.
Oh, okay. I guess probably just sleep on the ship tonight. He wants to be invited to stay in the horn. But
if that's what you'd prefer, you can definitely do that.
Well, I mean,
you're on a ship?
I mean, yeah.
I saw you were going to Harkness.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you going there?
I'm sick and barfing constantly because it rocks and it rolls and it's terrible, but whatever.
You trying to lie to her?
He's trying to make it sound terrible, like a petulant child. Like, if you want to send me back there, you know what I mean? Like, sure. He's doing that thing.
If you don't care about me at all.
Yeah, that's it.
She's like, darling, I don't know why you're being like this. I'm not sure what this is. I came because you left me a note and you seemed upset. I took time out of my very busy day to make sure you were all right. Are you all right?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, great. I'm so happy to hear it. And she like gives you a big kiss, but it's kind of a big kiss. It's not a passionate kiss. She goes, now if you'll excuse me, I do have a lot of stuff to get to today, darling.
Okay.
Stay safe, okay?
Are you're gonna do it in here? Are you leaving, or should I go?
Well, now we have to check on Ricky because you said she's upset.
Yeah, I mean, don't tell her I said so.
Oh.
She hides it well.
She hides it. Is there a reason you don't want me to say you said?
Well, I don't know. It's your relationship with her, so whatever you think.
Okay. And you're sure you're okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Okay, darling, stay safe. And she'll like tap your cheek.
Okay.
And she's gone.
All right.
Smoke.
I think he's gonna have both of the drinks she was making.
Okay.
And look around at this place.
Mm-hmm.
The music playing, the couch, the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
Fireplace.
Yeah.
There's like ferns in here. Yeah, it's got a vibe. There's
Yeah.
a good vibe going on here.
Good vibe.
Or there was. Yeah.
Not anymore.
You know, it's like looking around and being like, that's where,
Right.
you know, when we first came in here, that's where.
The bear rug where you guys laid down.
By the crackling fire. Oh, yeah. The proverbial bear rug.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just, I think it feels different to him. I think he's processing it right now. And normally he would find sanctuary here. Mm-hmm. But he takes the drinks, both of them, and drinks them.
Okay.
And I think he goes back to the ship.
Okay. Before we get to Ricky again, reading, what are you doing with your downtime?
I guess I'm walking the deck, see if who's there. Yeah, it's
Are
ready.
you making friends?
Yeah, I don't know. Stretch my legs.
There's definitely, there's sailors that are
Yeah.
working at all hours, making
Hey,
sure their
sailor.
ship is going. Hey, sailor.
I walk around, seeing what they're doing.
All right.
Anything interesting? I mean, I don't know who's up there. Is the captain around?
The captain shows up periodically to hang out, and he will, like, if he sees you up there, he'll wave you over.
Reading goes over.
All right, good morning.
So, how long have you been a captain for?
30-something years.
Oh. So what's down below? I see there's a lot of crates and barrels of stuff. Is this all food? And where's it going?
I'm going to be real honest with you, my friend. You shouldn't ask what's in the crates.
Okay.
Are any of them growling?
I now believe it's a crate and barrel.
He has 2 ships. The other one's CB2.
Exactly.
Nice.
It's like, it's for the best.
Right.
What's your story? Where are you coming from?
It's a long story.
Long story.
No, we were on a little adventure with my friends. We all kind of met over at the big concert. Remember the big concert? Over
Rebecca
in,
Archer one?
Rebecca Archer.
You went to that one?
You're a fan, right? I can tell.
I was a fan that she murdered that guy, right? That's crazy.
Well, that didn't actually happen. That's not. It
didn't happen?
No, that's just a perception, and we're getting to the bottom of it. But that's not what happened.
That's not what happened?
No,
she didn't kill, but it was all over the news. Like, everyone was saying it.
Yeah, but you can't believe everything you hear, But you're still a fan, though, right?
I mean, I am if I know she's not like a murderer.
Sing one of her songs right now.
Together.
Which one's your favorite song?
Destroy copyright law right now.
Boat karaoke?
Boat karaoke.
He'll laugh and he's like, I'm terrible at remembering words to songs. But
Her sea shanty album?
I do love the albatross.
Right. That's a good one.
he does like kind of nod his head in one direction to like pull you aside away from the other sailors that are around. He's like, so I've been thinking about that favor you guys owe me.
That's right.
Yeah.
We owe you a favor.
Yeah,
Want to talk about it now?
I do.
Spill it. What do you got?
And he kind of like glances around and you see him. He's not like a jovial guy, but you see him get even more serious. He's like, I'm looking for information. My wife used to do the runs to Harkness. And then about 7 years ago, she didn't come back with the boat.
So you're saying she stole the boat?
No, the boat came back without her.
Ah, the boat came back without her.
Yeah, the men say they don't know what happened. She disappeared in the night. So I'm wondering if you can ask around, maybe if you can hear anything.
What do you think happened to her? Do you think she fell off the boat?
She was very sure-footed, so I doubt she fell off the boat. She was basically, we were made for the sea, even being dwarves,
All right, let's start with the basics. What's her name?
Her name is Angel Goldblush.
I see. Gold blush?
Gold Blush.
Gold Blush. Nice. Give me a brief description of Angel Gold Blush.
Dwarf, lighter skin, blonde hair, real long, brown eyes. She could punch like nobody's business. Hell of a sailor, but she loved nature. She was one of those druids.
Nature's good.
Nature's good.
I like nature too.
It was good having her on the boat too. Really, it helped.
I like to talk to animals.
Yeah?
Any animals around here I can talk to?
I mean, there's fish.
Nah.
No?
I don't like fish.
I mean, the ship's cat's probably around here somewhere.
Oh, I'll keep an eye out for the cat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Angel Gold Blush. She can punch. Dwarf, light skin. How is this 7 years ago you said she went missing?
7 years ago.
You still haven't found her?
Missed her
No
every
sign?
day. No sign. I've asked others to look. I've tried to go, we couldn't really get into Harkness proper until the war ended. So I've been trying.
All right.
But anything you can find out about her.
I'll talk to my friends about this, bring it to their attention.
I'd appreciate that.
We will find Ms. Gold Blush.
Appreciate that. He like nods. And he's like, you can tell he's a little shaken,
So he's being truthful?
Roll an insight.
Let's do it.
Also, maybe get his name.
I rolled a 5.
Seems truthful.
Yeah.
What's your name, sir?
Subtle.
Captain Goldblush.
Oh, did we never introduce?
Oh, we probably did. I get very easily distracted.
Oh, okay. And he holds out his hand to like shake your hand again. And he's like, Captain Domino Goldblush.
Domino. Does his hair fall into place?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And what's your name? Just so I have it.
You can call me Reading.
Reading. Well, thank you, Reading. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll tack it onto our list of things to do when we get to Harkness.
Okay. I'd appreciate
You
it.
got it. You got my word.
Thank you, Reading. You guys have like a bro moment.
Little
having
bro,
a day.
little high five.
Literally, because you're both short kings. And then Ricky, you're probably, I don't know, when you're down below practicing magic or something like that. And you smell smoke. And then Akalari's there.
Oh, thank God. Smoke on a ship is bad usually.
I get that a lot, actually. So what's this I hear that you're upset?
Huh?
I just saw Sarish and he said you were upset. Are you upset?
Nope, I'm
You
good.
upset with me? Is there something you need?
Well, I'm not upset with you on my behalf.
Okay.
But I am a little concerned with how Saracen is treated and or how Saracen is so blindly devoted to you in a way that I'm not sure is mutual.
Oh, so you're concerned about things that have nothing actually to do with you.
I mean, he's my friend.
You don't really treat him like that. I mean, if we're looking at behaviors that are suspicious, from what he says, you all spent a lot of time not trusting him. I heard he wasn't even allowed to hold the charms once you got them back.
Well, he gave them to you, and he was trying to get them to you again.
And that bothers you.
Yeah, I signed a contract with you so that wouldn't happen.
Okay. So what's the problem here?
You came to me. I was minding my own business, learning all this cool magic.
Oh, okay. He said you were upset and he wanted me to check on you, so I came to check on you.
I mean, I will say he has been storming out of rooms every time your name comes up.
Storming out of rooms.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Like, anytime it comes up, he gets really, really emotional and storms out of the room. That's all I got. Hey, while you're here, though.
Sure.
Do you know how to take this very scary death necklace off? If I take it off, it kills me.
She'll study it for a little bit. She goes, oh, yeah, you have one of those.
Do you know how to take it off? It didn't even occur to me to ask you last time, but now that you're here...
I'm going to be honest with you. I could probably figure it out, but we probably shouldn't touch it.
Why?
Well, you know, magic goes wrong all the time. It becomes a terrible mess.
Can I ask you a question? We have we've got like a relationship now, right? Like we're working together.
We're definitely working together.
What are you?
Oh, I'm an Afriti.
Afriti, what's that?
It's a type of djinn, a genie, if you will.
Genie.
Yeah.
Saracen told us you were a god.
He's so sweet.
This is what I'm talking about. Did you ever tell him that you're a genie?
So here's the thing. From your perspective, as a little tiefling who is currently wearing a very dangerous necklace and isn't very powerful and isn't really much more than a blip in a lot of ways, I would be considered more like a god in comparison to you. So I can see why he came to that.
But it never came up?
What
in
now?
a way that you might be honest and say, oh, I'm not a god, I'm a djinn, I'm a genie?
He knows I'm a genie. He just thinks I'm a goddess. And who's going to correct him if that's how he's going to love me?
I see.
We listen and we don't judge.
I'm sitting here thinking, oh, so everything I've been assuming is true then. And she's very open about it. And so if you are that powerful, you're still worried that the magic might go wrong if you try to take this necklace off.
Sure.
Because it sounds like if you have godlike powers, it wouldn't be an issue.
So let's put it this way, because you're new to this relationship.
And new to magic, so...
I did learn that. The playground that I operate on is so far above where you are that your necklace is nothing. It means nothing. It is nothing. And so, because of the fabric of the reality you're in, it is more worrisome for me to start changing things, because much like a butterfly flaps its wings across continents and creates a tornado, I could accidentally ruin something that's already been put in place.
There might be like a fated reason I have to wear the necklace.
A lot of what's happening was already decided to happen. And what the plan is, in the playground I'm playing on, certain things have to happen. And therefore I cannot adjust certain things in case it ruins my plan.
Damn, I don't think she can do it. It really seems like she can't do it. Okay, I'm not upset. I was just sitting here practicing because they're teaching me how to access all my other magic too, because you taught me how to access.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was really cool. So now I'm trying to learn that for all the other magic I didn't even know I had. Mm-hmm. It's a lot, but I'm getting there.
Good.
But my suspicion is that Saracen said I was upset, but actually I think he's very, very upset. And I am worried about him for what it's worth.
I think I've already handled that problem because I talked to him first, and he was fine when I left.
Was he fine when you left? Or was he like, I'm going to betray all my friends for you when you left?
He said he was fine. I do have to run, but I will say, now that we're working together, an extra task that you're going to have is that you need to keep Saracen safe.
Okay. I mean, our interests are aligned there.
Okay, because he's died a couple times now.
Oh.
And so I need him to stay safe.
That's fair.
Oh, you mean like all the way alive?
All the way alive.
It didn't occur to me that's what you meant.
Yeah.
I brought him back once.
That's fantastic. If we could get him to not have to be brought back, he needs to stay safe.
I feel like this is going to sound like I'm challenging you, but it's a genuine question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a reason that you won't just give him more powers so that he could protect himself better?
I'll say this, darling. Everyone has to learn at their own pace, much like you are currently learning magic. And if I suddenly thrust power upon people who are not ready for it, it could be very apocalyptic, in a sense.
Okay.
And we're all on a journey. You guys especially are there, and I just need you to keep him safe, okay? And she like taps your cheek and says, "Thank you so much, appreciate it." And then whew, she's gone, and you smell smoke.
Amazing.
She couldn't get out of there fast enough.
Yeah. Okay.
This bitch has so many questions.
How far did the smell of the smoke travel?
Yeah.
In his quarters, Saracens.
Probably not that far. If she was like down below, I mean, roll a perception. Let's see.
13? Unnatural 13.
Unnatural. With an unnatural 13, I will say Saracen probably always thinks he slightly smells smoke. She's probably here right now, not even around me. All right, and now that we've done that, I need someone, actually let's do all of you, to roll me a d20.
Okay. And just straight roll?
Straight roll.
14.
6.
11.
15.
Excellent. So you have a very quiet sail.
Goodness, this sail has been so quiet. What did you say?
Calm seas. Wind in our hair.
So on the night of the 4th full day that you guys have been sailing, you see in the distance a skyline is kind of like you see a couple lights across the way, very far away. Maybe they're stars just low on the horizon, maybe they're not. And as you get closer and closer and the sun starts coming up, you start to realize like you can see a skyline of a town. And then you realize it's not the skyline of a town, it's probably more like a city-ish, maybe not as big as the Reaches, but pretty big. And Gold Blush comes to find you and says, "All right, we're approaching. I need you guys to stay below deck until we dock, and then I will tell you when it's okay for you to exit the ship. Understood?"
Understood.
Understood.
Can I also ask, in the course of that 4 days, can we assume that reading has told us the task that Gold Blush? Okay.
Oh, wait.
So.
That's important because I should probably roll to see if I know who this person is.
Yes. Ricky, roll a history check.
19.
Ooh.
It was before you were super active, but possibly in training. But yeah, you know of a dwarf that was brought in.
Okay, but I didn't do it.
You didn't do it. It was before you were working.
Yeah, it was before I was on the Karma team.
Yeah.
I was just like training in military school or whatever. All right.
And the way it would have been explained to you is that smugglers were caught coming into Harkness and were taken into custody.
We probably don't tell the captain that, I assume. I don't feel like it'll go over well.
No.
I feel like maybe we keep that close to the vest for now, and we think about the fact that we at least know he's telling the truth about his wife going missing. It's not like he has anything shady behind it, probably.
Right.
And we know, she might be in that Harkness, like, same place we're going anyway. So it's a really convenient mission. And, I don't feel great about it.
And I want to stop talking about it right now.
Yeah.
So you approach Harkness. Again, you are all below, so you don't really get a good look at the city as you're approaching. And it's evening time by the time you hear a knock on your doors saying, like, okay, come out. Be as quiet as possible, but there's enough of a crowd on the docks that you should be able to just slip in and be out into the world. But if anyone asks, you don't know me. I'm not how you got here.
How do we get in touch with you about your wife if we need to.
He'll tell you I do regular runs here about once a month. So you can leave a note at the tavern here that's right off the docks.
What if we find her?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Then bring her and have her at the tavern. I'll come.
Okay.
Great.
He'll tell you the tavern's name is Maladies.
Maladies?
Yeah.
And we couldn't cure them.
It's a very funny joke to no one for this tavern that is right outside the docks. He'll say, I got a friend there. His name is Blackout. He runs it. Just leave a note with him if you can.
Cool.
If you guys are ready,
Yeah.
then everyone roll me some stealth.
Boy.
And then tell me where you want to go.
I also do have Pass Without a Trace now.
Do you want to cast it before you all?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
No reason, but yeah.
And that is 1 hour. A veil of shadows and silence radiates from me, masking me and my companions from detection. For the duration, each creature I choose within 30 feet of me, including me, has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity, stealth checks, and can't be tracked except by magical means.
So everyone gets plus 10 to their stealth rolls. That's what that means.
I got an unnatural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh! Damn!
Yeah.
You're
Wow.
30.
18.
Yeah.
I got it. That's 13.
You got a natural 13 or you
No,
got a total
unnatural 13 total.
What did you roll?
I rolled a 2.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Like
Nice.
plus 10 got you.
Oh, wait, it was 20.
Well, luckily your friends
I know.
have got
We'll just
you.
surround you.
Yeah. They once again, you start to wander off. You smell food a little bit, and you feel another hand
Right.
reach into your neckline
Yeah.
and pull
Someone
you
grabs their collar.
back into the group. You
I'm gonna give a leash for you. Those little backpack
Oh, yeah.
leashes.
back,
Kid's leash.
Yeah.
and you all kind of disappear into the crowd. Where do you want to go? This is so Harkness is. It's not like the Reaches. The Reaches was built by elves. It was very beautiful. It was very large. It was very old. All of that. Harkness is an industrial city. Like it was built
Yeah.
for a purpose, and that purpose was practicality. There's no charm. There's no artistry or creativity or anything anywhere in this town. There's also, you can see walking by you, because they're not hiding it, you see a few of the Diamond Sky soldiers mixed in with the regular sailors and all of that at the docks.
Ricky puts her hood up.
You guys are
We have
good.
shadows covering us as well.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
Shadows and silence.
Still, anyone who might recognize me,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
puts
yeah,
the hood right up.
Yeah, fair enough.
And the bellcasters alone reading as well, because you all grew up in Forever Winter, arriving in Diamond Sky in a place that you have never been necessarily, you feel the lack of something, and that lack is the magic of what, like, you're used to places having little spells around it, you know, people opening doors and, you know, thaumaturgy being thrown around and people using cure wounds and people whatever. That's not Diamond Sky. Diamond Sky is not magic, which means there is a lack very distinctly in the town, which you feel instinctively, even if you don't necessarily, like, you're not even searching for it.
For what it's worth, I think Saracen attributes that feeling of lack of magic to the gulf that he feels is widening between himself and his patron, Akalari. He's getting sad.
But
Getting sad.
Wow.
Yeah.
You really
Yeah.
spiraled when
Yeah.
you got another
Oh, so
warlock
quick.
in the party.
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. It just wasn't a passionate enough kiss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Fair enough. Fair enough. James also is very just like, even if she doesn't remember a lot, like focusing on her breathing and just trying not to like have a PTSD spiral.
That would 100% be true
Yeah.
for James.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going?
Great question. Ricky?
Oh yeah, I guess I am the most informed person here, having seen a map.
Having read 7 books.
Yes, 8.
8 books.
It's 9 now at the journal.
Oh, that's right.
Is there sort of an obvious like tower or holiday house? Do I know or recognize a landmark?
So you're currently at just the docks where you were spit out from here. So there's not much around the town. You know from the vision that was sent to you via the bracelets that Holiday House is a bit outside of Harkness itself. Like it's not in town proper.
We have some distance to clear. if you guys have a desire to stop in town and try to find something, shop, whatever, we could, but that's not really where we need to go.
James is anxious to get to where they're going, but at the same time, we need an actual plan for getting in. Ricky, is there anyone that you, in Diamond Sky at all, up in this area that you could trust? Anyone?
Fuck. I don't know. Is there?
Is there?
Roll a history check for me. It's gonna be hard.
7?
No.
I feel like I can't think of anybody that I know wouldn't immediately turn me in upon those wanted posters going up.
Fair.
There's all these, Diamond Sky soldiers in the crowd, right?
Yes.
Why don't we just abduct one and torture him until he tells us where we should go to find Rebecca Archer?
Now, there are no bad ideas here.
I do
Only
have
bad people.
I do have an alignment question. I gotta look up real fast.
He's sad.
No, there are no
This is sad aligned.
there are no bad ideas, but building off that, what if we knocked some of their heads together and took their uniforms? Because then we can probably move about more freely.
Okay.
Now, we've done this before.
Yeah.
To some success, except there were some people, James, who wouldn't wear one over their dead body was the word.
Yeah. Uh-huh. My worry also is if we're knocking heads and taking clothes, what do we do with those people so they don't escape and sound the alarm that someone is impersonating?
Sounds like my idea is coming
Soldiers.
back into play. Torture, kill, get rid of them in the bay. They're bad, right?
Yeah.
So we kill them.
Like, we don't know their story.
If they're still wearing the cloak, we know their story.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. Like, the war ended a year ago, and we don't know how they were raised. We don't know where they're from. We don't know what they know.
They'll tell us when we torture them.
We could ask, if they say, I hate dirty magic users, and I know that we're stealing your magic, then sure. But, like, I didn't know any of that.
Right.
So
Right.
they might just think that they're, like, doing their duty as a Diamond Sky citizen, where they tell you nothing and they just expect you to serve.
Is that a thing, or do all Diamond Sky people have to serve?
Not all of them, but they do have a very large military force, and it is considered an honor.
I was taken as a child.
Oh.
So,
And went to school.
yes.
You got educated with your 7 then books.
8.
8 books.
And
And
I
maps.
Naps.
I don't know if everyone has a choice, but I didn't. So
Interesting.
that's what I mean when I say that.
Gotcha.
If we don't know their story, I would feel wrong killing them outright without finding out first.
Fair.
All right.
I just want to do a little torture and murder to make myself feel better.
Does anyone have a magic way to, like, make them give us clothes of their own volition?
Is it like charm person? I don't have that.
I don't know. That wasn't in any of the books.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I just thought it would be more righteous and deserving that we did it my way. But sure, let's go. I can have them. I'll just tell them to give their clothes to us. I have suggestion. It's magic.
Oh.
All right, are we gonna do it or what? But I can probably only do it to one of them, so I'd probably have to tell him or her to go grab us 3 other outfits, and they better fucking fit, or you do deserve torture. Okay? Am I allowed to say that?
Hey, Sarishan. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. This place sucks.
It does suck.
Look at this shithole.
Do you feel that too?
Yeah.
That lack of
fucking
magic?
sucks here.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's just ask this place if it's fine. It just sucks.
Is there a reason you sent Akalari to check on me?
What? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
You told her not to.
I think he's so embarrassed. And in your head, he took the telepathy feat. He's going to say, I really don't want to talk about this right now. Just inside your head.
Ricky will respect that, though she is startled.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't know that was a thing.
I see that look on your face. You want to go capture the people and do this uniform gambit?
Well, do we want to do that before we go scope it?
Come up with a plan of how to get in there, how to get out of there.
And, like, that might involve getting some uniforms.
Yeah.
Might.
I will ask DM
Yes.
that as they do walk through this town, does anything jog James's memory at all?
Roll a history check with disadvantage, to
Okay.
be honest.
History?
Yeah.
18.
18. Your dice want you to know stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's the thing. Like, when you were taken, it's basically the D&D version of, like, black bagged, knocked out.
Right.
So you weren't out in the town. This isn't a town that you've seen before. You don't know the streets.
And it isn't where I woke up either.
No.
Okay.
You would not have woken up in Diamond Sky and survived.
Right,
You're not going to see things that you recognize. You're not going to see faces. If you were ever in this town, you did not have the capacity to see it.
Gotcha, okay.
But with an 18, it has the industrial smell of Diamond Sky. Like, Diamond Sky is steampunkish. It's gears and it's cogs and it works, and there's like mechanical things, and the lack of magic is filled up with like the noise of what all the mechanical things have to run.
Should we just try to follow one of them to, like, is there a barracks or a station, or...
I think we just gotta walk to Holiday House.
Would we be better off stealing the uniforms in the city so that we have them when we get to Holiday House?
Or do we just tackle some guards at Holiday House?
Okay.
We do have the cover of Pass Without a Trace for an hour.
So you're saying now's the time.
Fresh off the boat.
How many are we stealing?
4.
Okay, 4. You're gonna wear one.
It's for Betty.
Reading, roll me a perception.
They got a 14.
So they're talking about stealing uniforms and looking at all these soldiers and stuff, and you're looking around and you're like, my friends, bless them, are so much taller than me that I don't think they're realizing that all of these guards are human.
Oh.
Because it's Diamond Sky.
Right.
Oh, duh.
I'm not human.
But they're all tall.
Tall.
They have tall privileges.
Human-sized.
They're humanoid, tall-sized, between 5 and 6.5 feet.
But Claren was Diamond Sky, and she was little.
She was. Wasn't that odd?
Yeah. I would assume that they would have uniforms in reading size because we saw one.
Okay.
Probably not as many though. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need a uniform. I guess put me in a sack. I don't know.
I can make you invisible.
Is it also a problem then if all the guards we see are humans? Does that mean for us pointy ears and us with horns, is there a reason all the guards here are human? Is there any reason post-war that they wouldn't have any guards that are not human?
So I will step in here.
Yes.
And this is a history thing that came up way back when we first started, but it's been a minute. Diamond Sky, because they do not like magic or magic users, it means that they do not have an abundance of the different species and races that innately have magic. And so you're not going to see a lot of tieflings. You're not going to see a lot of gnomes. You're not going to see fairies. You will see elves because they are neutral.
Right. Okay. So we're probably okay.
The innately magical species, you're not going to see a lot of because Diamond Sky itself is not magic.
Right. So even if there are some, our two friends especially will stick out like sore thumb.
You can assume that they would be a special case. Now, it's not to say that there's not, obviously.
Right.
But I will also point out that the squad that Ricky and Claren were on was a secret one, sent to Forever Winter on missions.
So I might say that they're public-facing guards.
Yeah.
That's why. A lot of the people on my team were given more important roles per Diamond Sky's estimation.
All right, let's start following whatever guard.
There's a couple
passes,
uniforms, right?
Yeah, and then
But
we'll make Reading look like a prisoner. I mean, an honest question: does he stand out dressed not like a Diamond Sky guard here? Are there just that few? Like, is the population of Diamond Sky or Harkness just all a bunch of humans mostly?
It's mostly humans. However, you're at the docks, you're at the port. So, like, the port itself has a lot, like, the dwarf captain is there. You see a lot of different species and races working the docks and working all of that. Like, this is, especially since the war has ended, because it involves trade between the two countries, you see a lot of different kinds there. But the guards, the Diamond Sky soldiers, are all human.
I think I'm still blue too.
You are blue.
Right.
Which is probably why you rolled a 13 with a plus 10.
But we do again have Pass Without a Trace for the hour.
Right.
Yes.
I was going to ask if him being blue makes him stand out more than perhaps his height.
It probably would if you didn't have Pass Without a Trace currently on, because you're no longer in a city with sea elves.
We got to get you a hood.
Yeah, something. Mask.
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 Because I have red skin and giant horns, but
Right.
my hood does a lot of work for me.
A lot of work.
Good.
Do we see a group
late
of
for-
3 guards roughly our size passing?
Roll me a perception check.
21.
Oh,
7.
you're a ranger.
13. Not natural.
Non-natural 20.
I'm 8.
Dang. So James and Ricky, you both are just like, so where do we even start looking for soldiers? You're both kind of lost in your own head thinking, like, James is like, I don't want to wear this outfit. And Ricky's like, oh my God, they're all humans. But Saracen, you in your very sad mood, along with reading, you both immediately like turn and spot 3 soldiers and then look at each other like, there it is.
I'm just going to start following.
All right.
Can we separate and still have the spell with us?
We
or-
have 30 feet. So,
30
so
feet,
as long as
okay.
you're within 30 feet of me.
So you guys follow, probably keeping a little distance. These guys are headed up to the Malady's Tavern. They're not like marching or anything. No one's marching, but they're probably going to go get a meal is what you can surmise. Anything you want to do before they get to the tavern?
Are we trying to knock them out? What are we doing?
Well, like, is there an alley or something that...
Sure. There's an alley.
Is this 3 male guards, 3 female guards? What's the makeup? Or
2 women, 1 man.
they're headed to the bar pub
Yeah.
to grab a meal.
Yeah.
So look like a happening place.
There's not a party like the last one was. It's just, it's probably, it's the morning is when you guys kind of landed and then you stuck around.
Yeah.
So it's probably late morning now that you're coming in. So people are like having some breakfast, maybe the stragglers, but it's not super hopping.
How did we do it last time? Did we just knock them out?
Yeah, but I think it was like there was so much chaos going on.
Right.
No, there was a fog cloud.
Oh,
Yeah.
fog cloud.
Let's head into the bar.
Let's go to the bar.
Right?
At the bar?
Yeah,
They're headed
sure.
that way anyway. See, yeah.
All right. They go into the bar before you when you guys enter the tavern. You see it's like there's a few tables. Those guys have picked a table off to the side. One of them has gone up to the bar itself to order.
Is it the man or one of the 2 women who's up at the bar?
It's the man.
Okay. Then Saracen will go to the table
Oh,
with the ladies.
okay. Can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah. He is going to slide right in to the booth. Hey, I'm new in town and I was just looking for some tips and I thought, who better to ask than the 2 goddesses I've seen in this town? He's turning on the charm as hard as he can.
Okay.
Is that a roll?
Sure is.
Yeah.
It's gonna be probably persuasion or deception.
Okay.
What if he actually thinks they're goddesses?
You know he doesn't.
Yeah. He just wants to throw that term around because he usually uses it on someone else.
Exactly.
12.
Beats their wisdom. They look at you a little askance and startled, and they're like, sorry, what? What are you doing here?
I just came in on a boat. Beautiful town you've got here. And I was just looking for some tips. I see you in uniform. You clearly must know this place. Amazing uniforms, by the way. And I was just wondering if you had any tips. Saracen is going to try to cast suggestion
Okay.
telepathically. Because he can speak inside someone's head. And he can cast suggestion.
I love it.
Yeah, why not? I don't see anything in the description that says you can't. It just says they have to hear you and understand you. So
That's
if
a
you're doing it in their
crazy,
head,
strong combo.
suggestion.
Yeah.
They do
This
have a
feels
save.
So
but
fucked
yeah.
up. I'm aware of that.
Oh,
Saracen is not.
Saracen's like, I'm all powerful.
He's crazy. Right
I'm
now.
all powerful.
I think he'll say telepathically, says to one of them, we're going to have the greatest day ever. Convince your friend to blow off work and come with me and my friends on a really fun field trip.
You say this in her head, and you see her jump and look at you and says, did you just talk in my head? She rolled a 19.
Whoa.
Oh.
Yeah, she doesn't have very...
And he's going to look behind his shoulder and say, are you talking in my head? And kind of wink like he's trying to play this off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Saracen, I need you to make a deception roll. It's going to be contested. So I'm going to roll for her.
That would be a natural 20.
Yes, it is.
Oh!
I was like, let me make sure I'm reading it correctly.
She sees you like wink at her and explain it and flirt with her, and she goes, okay, how did you do that?
I haven't done anything. I mean, the only tricks here are your wiles. I mean, can I get you a drink? I feel like we've gotten off on the wrong foot. Like I said, I'm just new here. Was just looking for some pointers. I figured, you work here. You might know where to send me. Just trying to have a good time, see the town.
Okay. So the guy at the bar ordered and has their food now and is walking back to the table. What's the rest of the group doing?
Have we maybe tucked into a booth?
Sure, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and just watching in horror.
Behind Saracen, just listening to this.
Shaking our
Our
heads.
backs to that booth, yeah, just, oh God.
Ricky tries really hard to telepathically reach into his mind and tell him that using magic outwardly is a very bad idea here.
I love that because like magic just started coming to you, you're like, yeah, probably telepathy too.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
If he has it, she might have given that to me. I'm just gonna check.
What's it look like when you're doing this, the telepathy thing?
Her face is very scrunched up, and she's like closed her eyes really hard. She's just thinking really hard. Stop using magic outwardly. I know it's not working. Just
Trying.
I was just trying to tell Saracen something.
All right.
If you don't try, you never know.
Right.
It's true.
It wasn't on the list she told me about, but I don't know. You never know.
Never know. So, as you are flirting with the one girl and completely ignoring the other one, the man comes up with the food and kind of plops it down in front of you and goes, who the fuck are you?
Hi, I'm Jonathan. Who are you? Lovely to meet you.
Get the fuck out of the booth. What are you doing? Get out of here.
Okay, yeah, a little rude. Beautiful town. Hey, thanks for all the tips, girls. You were right about him. And I get up and go cross to my friends.
So he slides in. You see you guys from the table that you're at. Saracen, you maybe don't see it until you slide into the table with your friends. All three of the guards, like, lean in towards each other and are talking, and then they like glance over at Saracen and they see the table where you all are, and they clock that, and they continue talking, and then they kind of settle back in their booth and start eating their food.
I think they just want to kill magic people. I think they got a vibe from me, and I think they probably looked at you guys, and I'm sorry, now they're lumping y'all in, but I bet they want to kill us all, so, if we just want to let that slide, fine. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I tried my best. I tried speaking reason to them, and they're unrepentant.
Did you?
They said some sick things, too.
Did you hear me?
Just now?
Like when you were at the booth?
No, did you call out?
No,
And
don't worry
Saracen's
about
looking
it.
between everyone else.
James just shakes her head.
No, it's fine.
Saracen will speak in your head again. You can't do this one. This is one that just I have.
Did you guys?
I'll explain later. No.
James just sips a drink, being like, what is she doing?
Yeah, because Ricky's jumped several times
Yeah.
in the booth.
Like, I thought I was having trouble being in Diamond Sky.
Ricky, when you were a Diamond Sky Karma Police, what kind of thing would give you a lot? Like, if you were to see, for instance, a floating beer, that would be super fucking weird. I can do silent image, for instance, and we could just lure them somewhere of like, what's that over there? I need to check on that. Was there anything that they taught you at the academy or wherever where you'd be like, oh, that's something you're always just going to go check out first, but you're not going to go get backup? So we could lure them to where we want and torture them.
When I was in the Karma Police, I don't think I was looking for general magic. I was looking for specific people that I had been told were dangerous. When I was in the military training, we did perimeter checks if there were people going where they shouldn't, and people we didn't recognize, obviously, and any sort of hostile action would have required us to move on them. But if I had seen a beer floating around,
Yeah.
that would have freaked me out probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would have immediately been like, oh no, a magic user, kill them,
Yeah.
as much as I would be like, how the hell is this beer float? Like, I would have thought there was a ghost,
You're right.
maybe?
We're overthinking this. Why don't we just wait till one of them goes to the bathroom? We go in, we knock them out, we take their uniform. When the others come in to check it out, we knock them out.
Just one at a time, wham
Yep.
bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yep.
It is a simpler plan.
It is a simpler plan.
The entrance to the bathrooms are on the outside of the building. Because this is a fancy establishment. It's not.
Yeah, you're not going to put the bathrooms on the main street. They're right by the dumpster.
We're going to hang out by the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of cool guys.
This is totally what legitimate people do, right?
We could wait in the bathrooms, right? Or, unless they're single stall.
It's probably one stall, to be honest.
Oh, we'll wait by the dumpster. One bathroom or two?
Just one.
Just one?
Unisex.
Who wants to go invisible and wait in there
And wait in the bathroom.
and knock them out, when they go in? And if someone else comes in, you just stay quiet. Sorry.
Seems wrong.
Yeah, that part doesn't feel right.
I hit fairly hard, but I don't love this plan.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it, but
Do we forget what these people do?
no, I just don't want us to get caught.
If they go to the bathroom, I can make them think the bathroom's on fire.
That is true.
That would be fun.
The only way to put it out is to take off your cloaks.
I can make them think their outfits are on fire.
Right.
I mean,
Would that work?
I mean,
Or like covered in gnats or something disgusting where they'd want to take it off.
yeah,
yeah.
maggots, because
I
we're
could-
at a food place.
Ooh.
You want to try it?
Kind of.
I kind of love that.
It's a bad idea, but it's a fun bad idea.
It's a fun bad idea.
But it's also dismissible. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like if you
yeah.
saw like a roach in your, you know what I mean?
Yep,
You'd
yep,
be like,
yep.
oh, get that off me.
Yeah.
Right.
And then if you looked for it, I don't see it.
I do have minor illusion.
Yours might be better
And
than
it's a cantrip. Create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for 1 minute. The illusion also ends if I dismiss it. I can create a sound. I can create an image of an object, like ants on their clothes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah?
I vote try it.
Try it.
Why not? I'm going to do that.
So you're casting minor illusion.
Minor
Are we
illusion.
waiting until they come out here, or are you doing it while they're in the bar?
Well, they're probably not going to strip in the bar.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, so probably wait until they come out, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they come out, yeah.
All right. So while you are waiting for them to come out, you do lose pass without a trace.
Okay.
Because they're eating a nice breakfast.
So maybe we should not be clustered together.
Yeah,
in the
just
alley?
around. All I have to do is see. I have a 30-foot range.
Should we be like standing on opposite corners, casually whistling?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
If you had some sort of walking stick you could spin in your hand.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll go to one end of the alley, far away.
Not that far.
Not that far, but yeah.
Yeah, I'll go to the corner across from you.
I'll just be reading a book.
Leaning,
By the bathroom.
leaning against a wall.
Just within 30 feet.
Okay, once you're in your spots, everyone give me a stealth check without
no.
pass, without a
Yeah.
trace.
CIA operation just to get a
God.
Straight up stealth.
Yeah.
Straight up stealth, no pass without a trace.
13, not natural.
19.
3.
8.
You're all in your spots and you hear the door open around the corner from the tavern, and you hear quieter voices talking, 2 female, 1 male, and they head around the corner, and the 2 women start heading down the alley, and then they kind of stop because they see a blue gnome very casually leaning against a wall, but it's not so casual because he looks like every muscle in his body is tense. And then they see a tiefling nearby. You see the 2 women 'cause the man is at the intersection of the alley just waiting for them. You see the 2 women freeze, and then they put their hands on their scimitar at their waist, and they look at both of you and say, "We got a problem here?"
Nope.
And ants.
Tell me what your spell DC is.
13.
Okay, since you're trying to convince them that they have ants on them, we'll say they're within 5 feet of each other.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So that it can be the one spell. I'm going to have them roll a wisdom save to see if they believe that even after they try and brush ants off it, because they can't feel it.
Right.
Is the thing.
They can
Can
see
we
it, yeah.
see it?
They're ants. So how close are you standing to them?
Not that close. I was just wondering if I could help by being like, oh my god, what is on your clothes?
I mean, you could do. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can try.
Yeah, I would like to say
Okay.
that. Like, they said, do you have a problem? And I'm going to say, what's on your clothes?
Great.
Looks like you have the problem.
Yeah. You got a problem, mister?
So you say, "Good problem." Then they look down. All right. 13 was the one?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the women looks down and goes, oh my God, I'm covered in ants, and tries like brushing them off and doesn't stop. And she's like backing up as if that helps. And the other woman looks down, brushes, and goes, it's an illusion.
Wait, but I see it too.
That's what illusions do, tiefling. And you see her pull out her scimitar, say, what's going on here? And she starts slowly moving towards you. So you're the one that said, hey, you're covered in ants.
You tell me. You're the one casting all the magic.
And then the other woman, after being told, like, it's an illusion, she brushes and she goes, oh, you're right. And she looks up at you because you're the other one she can see. And then turns behind to the guy while keeping an eye on you and says, hey, we got a problem here. We need backup. And the guy walks forward. And we're going to go ahead and call it there and roll initiative at the beginning of the next session.
Thanks for listening. We're down bad for you.
DM says no. DM says you're keeping that fucking necklace on.